welcome to my channel. Today we shall be making our flash bootable. Making your flash bootable is the first step to installation of operating system in your computer. So what do we need to make up to install operating system in our computers? Number one, you'll need of course a USB flash. For most operating systems we need a minimum of at least 8 GB to have all the installation complete. Number two, we shall need an ISO file. This is basically the image of the operating system you desire to install. It may be Windows, it may be Linux, or whichever image you desire to make bootable. We shall also need a tool we shall use to create our operating system bootable. Preferably we shall use Rufus for this particular video. You may use Yumi, depending on what you're much more comfortable with. Now let's get to work right now. Right here I have my operating systems. I have my Windows 10, I have my Ubuntu, and then I have also my Rufus here that we shall use to create the bootable media. Now when you open Rufus, you'll get an interface that looks like this. This Rufus is open source. You can download it from internet. It's quite free. So this is the interface of Rufus. Right now I'm going to insert my USB media into my computer. So right here I have a flash that has been detected here under device. Now the flash I'm having is 32 GB. So the next step would be to select the boot media or the boot image in this case. So all you have to do is to come here and say select, and then you locate where your operating systems are stored in your computer. Mine are found under desktop under the folder called OS, which is operating systems. So for this particular video we shall make our flash bootable with Ubuntu. Ubuntu is one of the distributions of Linux, so I'm just choosing Ubuntu. Now the procedure is the same for all. The procedure is the same for using Ubuntu, for using Windows, for using a server, and so on and so forth. So if you select the operating system, go ahead and say open, and then it will be chosen here. Now we have a common term that is very important as we make our flashes bootable. There's a thing called the partitioning scheme or the partition scheme. There are basically two of them. We have MBR and we have GPT. Now MBR and GPT are basically different ways we organize our partitions on our hard drive. These schemes help control how our computer reads and writes data on the disk, especially when we are booting. Now, when do we use MBR and when do we use GPT? Now, if you desire maximum compatibility in your computer, you may need to choose MBR, because MBR basically supports those old operating systems that we used some time back, like Windows XP, Windows 7, Windows 8. It's much more compatible with MBR. And also, if your machine basically supports the old BIOS boot mode, what I mean by that is if it supports legacy, then you may need to use MBR. Now, the challenge with MBR is that if it gets corrupted, the entire disk becomes unbootable. So that's the major challenge with it. So if you choose MBR, that means on your computer settings, you need to choose legacy, because they go hand in hand. On the other hand, if you choose GPT, we use GPT for these new generation computers that we're having currently that support that are basically UEFI based. Currently seen that usually from around the 5th generation of computers, that's most of them are much more compatible using GPT as compared to MBR. So the GPT basically supports modern operating systems like Windows 10, Windows 11, Linux, for Linux, Mac OS, and so on and so forth. It also offers better security as compared to MBR. That's the major advantage of using this. So for most people, currently, most people are using GPT for the modern operating system that they use. However, the computer I'm using is a fourth generation computer. For compatibility purposes, we shall use MBR. So if you have an old computer, this is much more convenient. So then down here, we have what we call the volume label. All you do here is you label your flash the way you desire it to be described, or the label you desire to be on it. So all you can write is Ubuntu OS and so on, depending on what you want to put there. Now then, another thing here that is very vital is what I'm calling the file system. Now the file system, down here, the file system, we have NTFS, we have FAT, we have XFAT. Now these file systems are basically used for organizing and storing data on our drives. Now NTFS has some advantages. Whenever we use NTFS, it helps us it supports basically file compression, it supports large file sizes and volumes, and also we basically use it for internal hard drives when we need to access some advanced features within our internal hard drives. So we choose NTFS. Now, when you use FAT, it has a major limitation in that it can't store files larger than 4 GB. And also, that FAT is basically used for external drives. You want to use the flash, you may need to use FAT, which is much more compatible with that. So internal hard drives use NTFS, external use FAT. Now, for my computer, of course, we're installing an operating system and I'm installing it inside the internal hard drive. I will have to choose NTFS. So here I come and choose NTFS, and that's all. As soon as you're done with all this, all you have to do is to click on Start. Now, of course, some warnings will come up, but this one, do you want to write in the ISO image mode? Yes, of course. I say okay. Then tells us the image since Linux, but this application only includes the installation of that. Just say yes, we need to continue with that. Now, there's a warning that will always pop up here that will inquire whether you're sure you want to proceed with the process, because by making your flash bootable, you're most likely going to lose every file that is inside that drive. So I hope you'll have backed up all your files. I've backed up mine, so all I have to do is to say okay. So as soon as that is done, the process will run from right here from the start until it completes. And that's all you need to know about making your flash bootable. As soon as that process has run and is complete, your flash is fully bootable and you're ready to install operating system in your computer. So as soon as all this is done, this icon here for cancel will eventually show us that you close, because it will tell you your file is ready, and so you just click close down here after it is done with it has completed the whole process, and you're ready to go. That's all you need to know about that. I hope we'll link up next time. In the next video, we shall be installing Windows in our computers, and then later on we shall make other more important things as we install our operating system, or as we get familiar with our machines. So thank you for watching. Till then, stay tuned.